So, how important is your diet? Well, if you're on a healing journey, I'd say your diet is super important. Actually, I think it's imperative that everyone, especially here in America, um, get concerned about what they're putting into their body and super fast, right? So, let's go back to the ancient tribes. They hunted game, they picked berries and nuts, and they ate mushrooms and wildflowers and plants. And then from that, they learned how to farm these things, and then to work directly with Mother Earth and grow food off the land. And everything was real. Everything was made from God and the earth as it was intended. We were in harmony with the earth. There was no ridiculous health problems or diabetes and heart attacks and obesity and all these things, right? There wasn't any of this. No. And do you know why? One of the reasons, because there's many, but one of the reasons was that all of the food that people consumed back then was 100% real, authentic food. There was no pesticides being sprayed on all the food. Do you know why? They knew which plants to plant by which other plants that deterred bugs naturally. They knew which companion plants to put where that would help which ones grow. They didn't need Miracle Grow. They didn't need Atrazine. They didn't need all these things because they were intelligent enough to work with the land properly. And you know what else? We need bugs. They are here to do a specific job. Do you know why the soil right now is so depleted and you're not getting the nutrients out of your food that you did 100 years ago from the exact same foods? Well, other than the fact that half of them are now genetically modified and they're genetically modifying food to include the pesticides right in them and other completely ridiculous things that make the food not real anymore. And when this happens, your body is going to attack it. This ain't food. Let's get rid of this. Your body is intelligent and it has the power to heal itself if cleaned out and taken care of properly. Okay, so back to the soil. Bugs, they break down food, right? And other plant materials and stuff into the soil and help to release things that we need back into the soil. This would include things like magnesium and manganese and carbon and sulfur and all of these minerals and nutrients that our body needs in order to function properly. So I read something. There was a bunch of oranges, right, back in the 90s, and they were tested to have 0 vitamin C even in them, right? So this was in the 90s. Think about the food now. And it's not only being made to be fake food, right? But it's so devoid of all of the nutrients and minerals that our bodies need in order to survive and not be obese and diabetic, right? And then people will be like, yeah, some of this stuff just runs in my family. Okay, well, how long has fake food been around, right? It's been around for generations. And now they're even able to put like jippy jabbies right in their food, right? It's ridiculous. Okay, they can make fake GMO meat with 3D printers. Does that sound like something you want to eat? Have you watched the videos on like how store-bought cow meat is made? And then the new Frankenfood stuff? I mean, okay, so like they take like 1,000 different cows, I'm not sure how many, from random places and put it all together in like a big vat, right? And each cow has various things going on, diseases, bacteria swimming around in them, different parasites, or even better yet, different hormones and different herbicides and pesticides, because of course the animal feed's not clean anymore either. They plop all these cows together with all their random hormones and shots and God knows what else is in there that they ate, and then they plop it out into your local marts and your stores in a nice little pack with glue and metals and graphene oxide and, did I say glue? Yeah, many other things. Okay, and here's another thing. Chips, and not just chips. There's a bunch of food that we consume here in America that has way more ingredients than they do in other countries, or they're just banned in other countries, right? If you haven't seen Moms Across America, they have a lab test they did for fast food and public school lunches. You need to look into that. I will add the link to that in the description, okay? But if you don't feel like researching it, let's say a quick fact from that. They found that 100% of the top fast food restaurants that they tested for all tested positive for glyphosate, which is a really harmful pesticide that is finding its way into everything. And glyphosate is destroying our guts. It caused me to have leaky gut, and it's literally in everything, okay? Oh, and they found birth control, like for chickens, but still, in some of the food. Does that sound like something we should be feeding our children? Is, animal birth control? Anyway, so maybe you'll want to check that link out. And also, there's other ones, like there's atrazine, which is an herbicide. You know what it does, to humans, animals, whatever, and it's in everything too. It's in the food and the water. I can add a link or two to that at the bottom as well if you want to go in and do some more research. But my point is, you need to find real food and get it into your body, and then watch all of your medical conditions, including psychological stuff that's not like trauma related, just kind of fade off into the distance. You need to grow your own food without pesticides. You need to use healthy water that's not tainted if you can, find it. Or go to the local farmers market. Shop locally. Support your local farmers who are still trying to do the right thing. And guess what? That's what we need. We need to get back to community, working together in small communities, not relying on people from like another country to provide our food. It's not what we were designed to do, and it's not the way we're supposed to work. It just doesn't work right. And then all the fear and the pricing and all this stuff at the stores, think about it. Like, if you go to the farmer's market, you're going to find real food for around the same price as the fake food. And guess what? Your body will be so happy to eat the real food. You'll actually feel a rush of energy, like if it's been that long since you've had real food. And that's called life force energy. That's what food's supposed to do to your body. It's supposed to give you energy. It's not supposed to take it away. Processed foods not only work on the same dopamine receptors in the brain that drugs do, but they don't give you energy at all. They steal your energy from you. And then your body is constantly fighting off all these random chemicals and plastics and forever chemicals and forever plastics and all the nanotech and everything else saying, hey, this isn't food. Let's dispose of this. Your gut's being destroyed, and you need your gut to survive. That's why it's called a gut feeling. We have a gut mind, a heart mind, and a logical mind, when we need to take care of all three in order to function properly as humans. And in order for these things to communicate, you need to clear out your system and detox from all the toxins in the world. Iodine helps to detox things like fluoride. Boron also helps to detox things like fluoride and heavy metals and graphene oxide. Organic cold-pressed olive oil is good. Cilantro, oregano, dandelion. Dandelion's great to clear out the liver, and it helps to deactivate spike protein in the body. You also want to try things like cruciferous vegetables, local real meat, fruits like real apples, with real apple pectin in them, watermelon with seeds. Watermelon seeds have B17 in them, which you ought to look into B17. Try things like pumpkin seeds, which is good, black seed oil, peppermint, many different teas that have antioxidants in them. I like Guayusa tea. It's wonderful. And elderberry is good. Figs are good. Walnuts, real walnuts. Go outside and find some real walnuts. I'm sure a lot of you live near walnut trees. Okay, we have given into convenience over the years, and it's going to kill us if we don't stop and take back what's real instead of what's convenient. It's a sad state of affairs that we live in right now, but the fact is, it's only going to continue to get worse until the system changes and we go back to the old ways and live in natural law and divine law and in a divine order and with divine time. So try to find some real food, distill your water, do some liver detoxes, parasite cleanses, kill out the yeast and E. coli, and do these things often, right? This will help to strengthen your biofield. Do things like Qigong. That's another one, and it'll help build up your shield and your immune system. Once you start to take care of your body better, you'll be able to heal and clear your trauma and your ancestors' trauma too. If you want any extra help, I offer my 5-day Vibe Shift Challenge. I will put the link to that in the bottom as well, and you can try that.